Hello and welcome back to my channel. It is time for yet another new makeup releases. I have found and curated my selection to talk about using Trend Mood 1 over on Instagram. I always like to disclaim that I don't always talk about everything because not everything is worth being talked about. So if there's a brand or a particular product that I don't really mention on here, it's just not something I'm interested in. That's my very quick intro for this week, and we will dive right into it. I have my phone in front of me. There is a lot of talking in these videos, so if you want to go about cleaning or what have you, have me in an open tab in the background, totally fine. I do it too. I haven't done one of these in, I think, a month and a bit actually. I think it's been over a month. Maracuja Juicy Melt Mask, and I am not a Tarte person. I haven't used Tarte since I was in my early 20s, but I do just want to briefly point out that this has the little scoop on the applicator, and I mentioned a few months back when a couple other brands were coming out with scoops. I think there was like a Clarins, and maybe there was also another Tarte that happened, and I was like, wow, was there an expo that the general public missed out on? And this is the new hit thing for lip products, is to have a scoop to apply, because now they're coming out with one. Just saying. Predicted it from just like 2 product launches. Westman Atelier. It's like a blush and contour duo. However, one thing I really don't like is you can't choose the powder blush. You get stuck with the other half. Like, I would love to have Tulle. It looks like a beautiful color. Same with Pop It. But I don't need truffle and I don't need ganache. So I hope that one day they release individual powders. I'm just gonna go on Sephora to double check. I'm pretty sure they don't sell powder. Yeah, the only thing they have is the powder blush duo, which again poses the same problem of I only need one of the colors. I really won't use the other one. Maybe as an eyeshadow, but that's silly when I have eyeshadow that is that color. I don't need to get a giant pan of contour to use as eyeshadow. You know, that doesn't make sense. So it's a shame that they're not individual. I hope that maybe Westman will get enough comments that she'll turn it into an individual product. I think as a brand they would make more money that way. One can only hope. NYX Cosmetics and the Minecraft movie release. This is so fun. Fun fact, I was a Minecraft gamer. I may not seem like one, but I was quite the little gamer girl in my teens and childhood. I loved Minecraft. I had my grandfather's old Mac computer, and I don't know what it was, about when it would have been 2011 maybe that I got his computer. 2012, I think. He didn't need it anymore, so he gave it to me. And I downloaded Minecraft, and for some reason I had a glitch where I had the whole game. Like, it was just free and I didn't have to pay for it. I don't know, it was weird. My brother couldn't figure it out either, why it was like the complete game. All that being said, is just, if 14-year-olds saw this NYX collection, I would have lost my mind for sure. I'm not gonna buy it now because I am an adult and I don't need these products, but I do think it's super cute, especially keeping it in those square kind of styles. I think is a great call from NYX, as impractical as they are. Hello, oh my gosh, I'm jumping in again while editing. Something that you're gonna notice in my summer videos is this knocking in the background, or leaf blowers, or jackhammers, and that is simply because when it warms up on the East Coast and winter ends, the construction season begins. And if you live on the East Coast where we have snow season and construction season, you'll know what I'm talking about. So there's nothing I can do about it. I can't wait around for forever to record myself, or I would never upload videos in the summer months. So if it is really annoying, I'm so sorry. Hopefully, if I get a microphone soon, it'll be less obvious in the background. But I want you to know that I know that there's knocking and like noises in the background, but I can't, there's nothing I can do about it. Okay, this one is a little bit obvious. Looking ahead, 2020 vision. Skims is now going to be absorbing the Skin by Kim line. So all of the Skin by Kim makeup products and skin products have gone on super sale. Well, they were on super sale. I haven't actually checked because everything was too expensive. And they're now going to be absorbed into Skims, which I think is a smart move. It's one of those things where I think keeping them individually was a silly mistake, a la Victoria Beckham. She always had everything under the Victoria Beckham website and line, and then just started to come out with these branches, but the Kardashians have kept everything so separate. So it's one of those things where in hindsight, 2020 vision, this seems like an obvious choice, even with relaunching the makeup brand after the original lawsuit and they had to close down. I feel like it would have been more obvious to go the Victoria Beckham route instead of the 700 individual stores route. That way everything is under one umbrella, one website, one tax bracket, you could say, allegedly. Yeah, I think it's a smart business move from the Kardashians. Yes. As I post this, the Sephora sale is fully over, but for the sale, they launched a bunch of new Sephora collection items. There was tiny little like liquid blush cushions, and they launched these little cushiony things that you see on screen. The colors, an odd selection of colors, maybe blended out, they look different. On Fire, on the bright side, look identical. On Point looks identical to on the bright side. You know what I mean? Like there's 3 colors in there that look so similar. Did you really need all 3? They also came out with these like cheek trios. So there's like a blush, a highlighter, and a balm, all within the same color family. I really like this within the packaging. It is a removable mirror, so you can hold the mirror here and your applicator can be on your table as you get ready. Or if you're traveling and you don't need that mirror and you're scared it's gonna shatter, you can take it out. I think that's very smart. The color stories are a lot better. So I don't know what happened between, like they're both blush products, the little sponge tip and the trios, but the color selection of the trio is better and more vast. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what product this is knocking off. I couldn't tell you, but they are pH adjusting. Just from the tone of the pinks, I can tell they're pH adjusting, and no one is gonna put straight up blue on their cheeks. Not the most interesting products, to me at least. They all have also come out with like a luminizing blush. It's called the Sephora Glaze. I think it is in, yeah. So this is the colorful luminizer. Not my favorite highlighter ever, but it's this size and it's going to be in blush shades, and I believe in a better formula than this one. Hopefully that means that this one is getting a reformulation, because it is not a decent highlighter in my opinion. And then they also are relaunching their lip liners. I told you there's a lot from the Sephora collection that they redid. However, so I absolutely hated the original lip liners. Why were they shiny? And why did they, like, you know how Rhode is being thrown under the bus because their lip liners smudge off? The Sephora ones did the same thing because they're weird and shiny. I don't need a shiny lip liner in my life. Maybe call it like a lip gloss pencil instead. Rename it, remarket it to be something different if it's not going to perform to the industry standard. All that being said, I don't really like the color selection of this. It's a lot of mauve, it's a lot of brown and red, and nothing is really cool toned. The lightest shade, Soft Suede, isn't that light. However, if we look at the shade names, we can see that 9, 4, and 1 are missing. So I feel like something may have happened in production with those 3 because that is a very strange number jump. Oh, number 10 is missing also. So you have from 11 to 20 in consecutive order, but something happened within those first 10. There's 4 shades missing from 0 to 10. So I feel like there's some shades in there that might be better and more appealing for me. They've also come out with their version of the jelly tints that went viral maybe like a couple years ago. They now have their assorted color selection. Sweet Jelly looks really nice actually, and Mocha Crush also looks really nice. So I like that color selection from them. If you got any of these new Sephora collection items, comment down below. Let us know what you think of them, especially if you think they're comparable to original product, because most of the Sephora collection now is going after products that they sell within the store, like the jelly tints and the blush trio, obviously trying to be Patrick Ta-esque. Share your thoughts and opinions. Let us know. This next product, I'm just gonna talk about it super briefly, but are sprinkles going to be the like Gen Alpha thing? You know how like every generation has a thing? I have seen so many like cake birthday sprinkle releases, and they're all in this kind of like, it's makeup, it's beauty, but not really. Like, are these the items being marketed to Gen Alpha because it's bright, it's colorful, it's sweet? What do kids love? All those things. So keep your eye out. It's something I'm noticing, that there are a lot of sprinkle things, and I think they're all being marketed to the kids. I also don't know what Moon is. This feels like a Moon and Sprinkles. I don't know. Whatever this is, it's not in Canada. People in Canada don't buy it. This was a hilariously hot topic on Trend Mood. Lancome has released a skin foundation, like a light wear skin foundation, in the exact same component that Urban Decay released last year. Was it exactly 1 year ago, or was it before the Sephora sale? I can't really remember. But this full component, smack dab everything, has been done. Again, was there a convention that this metal tip applicator medicinal type of thing has been released or shown to many like different brands, and there's no maybe copyright on it, so multiple brands have bought this and now they're all coming out? You know what I mean? Like, there's more to the beauty industry than, oh, it's an Estee Lauder brand, so they all just recycle everything. There's more to it than that. It's more than just a white guy at a table signing off on it, you know? I feel like maybe there was a convention, much like the lip cupping that we're starting to see with lip products, that this medicinal metal tip, not this exact component, but this like for the consumer to make it seem more healthful and scientific, is starting to appear in beauty products. I don't know. It's just another prediction. So Rem Beauty, a brand I don't think I have ever talked about on my channel. I'm not the biggest Ariana Grande fan in general. Never really was. But Fembot, oh, it's beautiful. I might have to order these. It might be my first impression of Rem Beauty, because this Fembot and Lab Coat, could you imagine if I had Lab Coat today with this eye look and just gone all over? It would be beautiful. I think for Canada, Rem Beauty is online only at Shoppers Drug Mart. I know About Face is online only. I believe they tried to sell in store and no one was buying it, so they switched to online only for About Face. I think it's the same for Rem Beauty. And if it isn't, then none of my shoppers near me sell Rem Beauty in store. This is a conversation for my Canadians. Don't you find it really annoying that now that Shoppers Drug Mart is really pushing the beauty expansion, that it's really hard to shop in store if you're not buying the drugstore brands like Maybelline and L'Oreal, because they don't sell everything. Shoppers keeps acquiring all of these beauty brands that Sephora doesn't want, and it's just so annoying because it's like, oh, I really want this thing, but I have to order it online. So then you have to wait for it, but it's like I would much rather go in person to buy it so I can have it immediately today. You know what I mean? Don't you find that annoying? I find it annoying. I'm hoping that maybe one day they really push the beauty boutiques. I know there's a few around Toronto. I think there's one in the Eaton Centre. I think there's one at the last time I went, there was one at Shops at Don Mills, but I don't know if it's still there. And I think, is there one at Yorkdale? I don't know. There's like standalone beauty boutiques, only a few in the city, and I really want them to start pushing those like Ulta, and then they can start acquiring all of these brands that Sephora doesn't want but are in Ulta Beauty, and then we get our own little Ulta Beauty going. In my dream world, that would be happening right now. Horoscope is also a cute color to get us back on track. There's also 4 matte shades, but I don't care about those. This is the Victoria Beckham brush collection. Speaking of Victoria Beckham expanding, these brushes are so expensive. And I get it, they're like a real wooden handle, but they are synthetic hair brushes. Synthetic hair brushes. This conceal and detail brush, Canadian dollars, is $42. This soft blending brush, just like one of these things, synthetic hair, one of these, 42 Canadian dollars for one brush. You know what you can buy, and what is a much higher quality than anything that you'll get in like Sephora Pro or anything like that, but is still a synthetic bristle brush? Makeup Forever. I have a few, I think I've used them all actually. I have a few Makeup Forever brushes. These are the nicest synthetic brushes that I have tried. They're always very soft. They wash super duper well. The comparable that I could find for the blending brush Victoria Beckham, $42. Makeup Forever, $30. $12 less. It's so expensive for no other reason than it's Victoria Beckham, and they're really pushing the fact that it is this like real wooden handle. It's like perfectly to like the placement of your hand on the brush. It's like carved and curved. Please don't buy a $42 individual brush if it is a synthetic hair brush. Like for master craftsmanship coming out of Japan and it's goat hair or whatever quality of hair, yeah, $42 because it's a lot of work. But this is a synthetic brush with a famous woman's name on it. That's all it is. You don't need a $42 brush. And that's coming from me, a person who has purchased the Pat McGrath foundation 3 times. I don't think I'll be on Victoria's good side after this one. We have some last minute additions from today. SZA is coming out with a beauty brand. It's been a long time since we've had a random celebrity come out with a beauty brand. SZA, beautiful makeup looks, yes. But when I think of her, I don't think of beauty brand. And I really don't like the name. I really don't like the fonts. Why such a cartoony font on the knot and then such a serious font on the beauty? They don't even relate to one another, and I hate how it's printed on the component. I understand that we're probably going for like a knot in wood, right? K-N-O-T. But I don't understand the correlation between SZA and knotted wood. I'm not seeing the vision. Maybe in the comments you can explain it to me, but I genuinely cannot see what we're going for here. Other than the fact that it looks like the different colors will be in different colored wood components. There's a regular like maple brown, there's like a pine brown, and then there's an oak brown. I can assume that those are all different colors. I like that idea of it. It's just, as a consumer, it's confusing. And the actual products look like basic lip stains. They don't look anything new to the market other than the fact that it's SZA, which is interesting. This is the new Valentino lip plumper. So disappointed that it's a lip plumper because this Moonlight Crush shade is gorgeous. This is a gorgeous shade. Look at it. Oh, It's so glittery. It looks so beautiful. I wish I could wear it, but there's no way I can put a lip plumper on my lips unless it's like a lip plumper and it's just minty, but then the smell, I hate the smell. I don't know. In the last new makeup releases, we talked about the Petal Morphosis from Pat McGrath Labs, and it got leaked onto Reddit and I believe Sephora.com reviews that they are now going to be changing the formula of the specialty shades. These shadows are baked. They're no longer going to be baked eyeshadows. So if you were interested in Pat McGrath Labs, I genuinely don't know if they're still in stock. Now would be the time to invest. However, they are so expensive. Do not buy them if you really aren't interested in them and if you really can't afford to. I can only afford these palettes when they're on sale myself. I would never buy the motherships full price. I don't think they are worth the full price tag. They are only worth it if you can get them on sale, okay? Shop responsibly. And that's the last thing to talk about today. That was another quick one. I'm really hoping that soon the beauty world will pick up the pace because things are really boring right now. Everything looks the same. Nothing is unique and interesting to me. I'm hoping next month we get some more interesting releases. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below any of your thoughts and opinions on these new releases I talked about. If you liked me, hit subscribe so I can pop up in your feed more often. You can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Both are Claire Cuckoo as well. And yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Bye!